What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And yeah, sorry for being away for a while. Nobody cares, I know. But yeah, it was a few busy weeks. Had a lot of work to do. Got to work some overtime. And yeah, what have I been up to? Well, basically, yeah, finishing the second chapter of my webcomic, and yeah, getting some commissions requests done. And I also managed to find time to focus on yeah, listening to discovering new bands, kind of music. Listening to a band called Psychotic Waltz, and yeah, some other bands, for example, and one more familiar, Sons of Apollo. And yeah, pretty much that's bands. And it turns out that I had no clue that it was out, that Obituary. That's an old school death metal band who got popular in the 90s and the late 80s, I think. Got a new album out, and I must say, I don't know how they did, but the album cover looks like it could fit on my wall behind my bench, and or behind my futon, and yeah, it's also really good if you like old school death metal. That is their latest album that was released last year. It's amazing, but enough about that. Also, Psychotic Waltz is amazing. Definitely check them out; they're good. But yeah, today we're going to review the Starling, another freebie that I got by Reboot Comics. And sorry for the long wait. I'm going to use this coupon later. And yeah, we're going to break it up in the usual things. We're going to who the writer is, the artist, letter at their publisher. Then we go to the short synopsis. We break the pages down and go to the good, bad, and the ugly, final verdict, and I'm going to show you what this is. Everything modern Marvel wish they could have done with the Punisher, and the reasons why. And then yeah, we're going to do. After that, we're going to do another yeah, more familiar review, another tale from the past, called Wolverine and Kitty Pryde. But now we're going to yeah, who's the writer, who's the artist, etc. Well, before we get to that, it's written, but the Starling is written by Leon Verhoeven, with art by Dodi Eka, colors by oh, I'm kind of shaking in my. There's not enough stability here. Colors is by Dodi Eka. These colors. Coloring is Silson Costa. Lettering, once again, Eric Quadras. Cover, Dodi Eka, Dutch, and Naido Ribeiro. English. Durda Amateresh. And disc design, Quadra. And the publisher is published by Reboot Comics, Schijndel. Small place in the Netherlands. And first print in December 2022. Now you can follow them on the socials, etc. And people who supported the Kickstarter. Tony Papa, Lee Goodship, Andre Kikker, who's also the guy behind Kikker Comics, Marvin Lansel, Nico Miseu. And since it's a Dutch comic, I'll try to give a short translation, as long as I stay concentrated. That's why I have this second cup of coffee. The Starling is a Dutch superhero, or is he? The character of the Starling fights crime in the most gruesome and ultra-violent way. So the story takes place in the Nine Tales. It's not a title by Reboot that I didn't bother to. I didn't quite get time to get into to read. The Starling is an anti-hero who fights crime in the same city as the Red Sphynx. So I think it's in Amsterdam, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I think this is I think the description is a little bit cheese with cheese on top. Could have been done with less words, but I digress. Now we're going into the breakdown. So it's midnight in an alley of Amsterdam, and a woman is about to get you know what, and I'm not going to say it because YouTube will probably censor it. Okay. She tells him to keep his hands away from her, and he loves when he struggles. Making women feel uncomfortable has a certain charm to it, but in this case, yeah. The Starlings arrive, and he doesn't like them. He doesn't like it, and now it's time for a little bite. But okay. And the Starlings arrive. Leave me alone, you stupid birds. And this is where the anti-hero arrives. He tells him to stay away to keep his hands off his birds. And he tells him that he doesn't know who he is in his little monkey suit, and he doesn't want to be bothered. So he tells him that to get stuffed. And he tells him that he is a starling. So starling is kind of a species of bird. The common starling is kind of a wild occurring bird across Europe, especially. But in the Netherlands, they're not really that common for some reason. The numbers went back. The numbers decreased quite a bit. But back to the story. He goes on the attack. He tells me that the starling. That's a ridiculous name. You know what's ridiculous? And he tells me, respect women. You treat them with respect. Exactly. Not always. Depends on how they act against you. But in this case, he has a point. So yeah, it's ridiculous that you act like you're such that's ridiculous. That you're not a tough guy anymore. And he tells him that go ahead, boys, back. And they peck his eyes out. That's how it feels when someone sticks something in your body that you don't want. And the fuck goes for the attack. And he plans to kill him for it, but the starling stabs a knife in his head. But he unfortunately, this is where the problem arises. 69 in his head is an action reaction. It's kind of how you story breakdown goes. There's a problem. He needs to find a solution. And he doesn't get the knife. He can't get the knife out of his head. Then then we do this the hard way, and he blows his brains out. Tells him that tells the woman to stay quiet, and the starling makes it away. And a few minutes later, the crime scene, and here's some of the guys, one the detective and the crime investigator, and he tells him that he receives a phone call, and he tells him that this guy is Dirk, and this one is Floyd, and he tells him that Floyd is kind of like the Harvey Bullock kind of character who eats a lot. Dirk tells him that it was that she's a hot stuff, true, and he tells him that show a little more respect. If you want to pick up the girl, try to get that dirty chocolate off your of your lips. And why do you think it's disgusting? This is a Dog Dopey. This is their signature brand. Those bars are addictive. Yeah, they are addictive indeed. I know how that feels like. I love chocolate as well. He tells me that keep. He tells me to show a little bit more to take more care of his appearance, and let's just say Floyd has a point. So she tells him that a guy with a hat and two birds, like starlings, killed him with lethal force, and the detective Floyd smells the blood. There's a smell. Tells him that it reeks. And there's an Easter egg to Ninetales. I think that's her name. He tells him that it wasn't. For once it wasn't that weird cat lady with that sexy outfit. Floyd. This is another geek, and he's right. So the Red Sphynx. The Red Sphynx was here. She's called the Red Sphynx, by the way. I need to learn how to spell those names. No zip. Floyd tells him that. Here's a little difference of opinion. Dirk thinks that it's time to catch those masked vigilantes. There's the mask. Here's the guy behind the chocolate bars, and nice Easter egg as well. So kind of advertising in it. But Floyd tells him that opruimen staat netjes. So nothing of value was lost. So here goes a little later. They're driving the car. He tells him that the difference of opinion continues. That the cat lady, so the Red Sphynx, thinks she at least makes sure that the criminals get arrested and taken into custody. But the Starling takes it a little bit further, and he just blows their brains out. And there's a flashback to when the fox decided to rob a bank. He tells me the Navy boys, and he gets one of the workers gets their brains blown out again. It goes a little bit sooner. The Starlings arrive, and he gets sniped down by or shot down by the Starling boys. You don't kill innocent guards and people. And he goes on the attack. Beautiful action scene. Could be a little more dynamic, but it does the trick. Because you're too lazy to find an honest job. And he blows their brains out. Again, I love this guy. It's everything that the Punisher wishes it was. Do you think it's normal, Floyd, that's such a guy, vigilante, runs free in our city and takes the law into his own hands? Yes, I think it's quite normal, especially when he blows their brains out. But I digress. So you know what else, Dirk? Now that those fucks are taken off the streets and killed, they'll do no harm to anyone anymore. So but once again, Dirk doesn't agree with it. He thinks that they should be punished by and go to Trill first to answer for the crimes and get into the can. But sometimes there's simply no other choice, especially with when the Starling is around. So some criminals here. The Starling jump with parachute. The Starling tells them that it's time to back. They sabotage their parachute, and they make quite a hard landing. This should have been a splash page, but I digress. And there's a crash. Good work, friends. From the looks of it, our friends made a hard landing. No, please don't. And he tells me, Dirk tells me that that was a Starling again, and he's right. And he tells him that, they're back after the drives, and they're finally arrived at the police station. At least those guys are getting this mess getting cleaned up. I don't get how you could say such a thing, Floyd. Out of my way, detective. What happened? The cat lady? No. A costumed crazy lady with bombs and a pin in her hand has appeared in the city center to bomb it. No, this is a new one. Is this the cat lady? No, it is a new one. So get in your car. And once again, Floyd tells him that get the chocolate off your effing face and go ahead to monitor the situation. And a few minutes later, the Starling is standing on the roofs of Amsterdam at night with the moon in the background, and I love how it looks. There's perfect symmetry in the moon, unlike with American Dreams. There's more symmetry in it. Everything you want to see in a comic. Good visuals, good art, good writing. And bzz, 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 his phone goes off, the mask goes off, and to no one's surprise, it's Floyd talking. And I'm really getting Punisher vibes from this. Floyd, this is Dirk. Where are you? We were called up. There's been an announcement of an decapitated guy and a crying girl. They all suspect the masked vigilante that they were following for quite some after quite some weeks. And this part 1. This is the end of part 1, and the next part is going to be stung by mosquito, which means I know that word. I saw what you did there. Leon, ik wist dat je dit ging doen. Mosquito. That's because it's Spanish. It's deviated from Spanish. Mosquito, but mosquito. And that's the end of the first Starling. And here's some advertising from Doc Dopey. From the chocolate bars. And the face behind it. Hi, I'm Candy, the assistant of Doc Dopey. With a lot of, I would like to taste something really sweet. Once you taste it, you don't want to have anything else. Promised? Out my way, bit sexy, you know what? Freaks, just eat the best chocolate bars of Doc Dopey. Once you taste this one, you'll never want something else because you get addicted to it. And I'm addicted to dark chocolate, so I hope they have dark variants as well. But that's the end. Coming soon. Some advertisement for used to be the crowdfund campaign of September, was also available in the comic book shops in the Netherlands. And part 2 with Mosquito. Just some bullseye elements in it, I think, or razor fist elements. That's it. So, long story short, the good parts. The good parts is, I really like it. We can go back to I really go back to this. I really like the cover art is kind of what you expect from it. It goes straight into the action, so you know what to expect. I love how it tackles some mature elements as well, and it's more realistic. Some Daredevil, Punisher kind of vibes. Some Crimson Avenger kind of things. Rorschach elements all blended into one, and it shows a contrast between I think the Red Sphynx and who is more of a superheroine, and the Starling or the Spreeuw, however you call it, who is more of taking the law into his own hands and to put him down for good, similar to the Punisher. And yeah. Also, the art really flows. I like how the characters are written. The art really flows well, and it's kind of getting hinted at that Floyd is in fact the Starling from that moment. But it took me some time to connect the dots. So that's a good thing. It shows I think he has the ability to talk to Starlings, or at least tame them or train them. And I also like how there's some they're taking some elements from the past of American comics, like there could easily have been a Harvey Bullock kind of character, like you see them in the Batman animated series, or and and Floyd is like the Punisher slash and like Rorschach slash the Question, Vic Sage, anti-hero type of character who basically controls the birds to do things for him, and who is more who doesn't always agree with the way the police forces manages these types of organized crimes and situations in the city. So if though his methods are questionable, they are effective, and the plot twist at the end is really well executed. So overall, I can't wait to use this coupon. I hope the code is still works for all matter, and the downsides, I could hardly find the downside to this. It's just a really good I wasn't a big fan of the American Dreams, because it goes into just another scientific experiment, just another mutation, but they add some more historical elements to it. With this, it's more realistic, more into the line of fire kind of action, more a little bit more animal like primal elements as well, or a little more realism. So for as far as it goes in, it's a comic, by the way. And I think Leon Verhoeven, Eka and Costa did a really amazing job, and you won't be disappointed if you pick this one up. And I can't wait to see how Miss Keto is going to fight Starling. So I'm getting this code, and long story short, it's a really good start, better than the other one freebie that I got. So I think a 90 out of 100 is in place. So 9 out of 10. Heel goed as the final verdict. And you can pick it up in the Reboot shop. They ship. I also checked if they ship to the States. They ship to the States, so don't worry about that. And I don't know about shipping costs, because I didn't calculate them. That's something you have to figure out yourself. So last sip of coffee. And what are we going to do next? I can't promise to do this one before, but I could give you a hint. It's translated by what used to be a Belgian publisher, but this issue is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. It's a limited series from the 80s. It's where they peaked, and the original series is called Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, and it combines Kitty Pryde and Wolverine Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and shows some Japanese movie and elements as well, because we're going to see Wolverine fight the Sensei, got it, who is also a mutant, or at least that's my theory. So that's it. 24 minutes this time. Doesn't have to be longer, but I have to go to get some groceries. So talk to you guys later. See you. If I don't make it this week, I'll make a. If I don't make it this week, the review will be uploaded on Sunday or Monday of next week. And if I disappear for a while, you know where I'm at, working on my own project, and and if not, working and following my courses that I'm following right now. So anyways, hasta la próxima. Ciao.